Daniel came to America from El Salvador at 19. With no degree, no connections, and barely any English, he took whatever job he could find. That job was construction, grueling, back-breaking work under the summer sun and freezing rain. Every day started at 5 a.m. Every night ended in exhaustion. He earned minimum wage and sent most of it back home to support his mother and younger sister. He shared a cramped apartment with 3 other workers and lived off dollar store noodles and black coffee. But even on the worst days, when his hands bled and his body ached, Daniel did one thing religiously. He read. He read books during lunch breaks. He watched business videos on a cracked secondhand phone. He listened to podcasts about success stories while mixing cement or painting walls. Most people saw him as just another laborer. But in his mind, Daniel was building something else, a vision. One day, while helping a contractor repair an old apartment, Daniel overheard the landlord complain about how hard it was to find reliable, honest handymen. That night, an idea took root. What if there was an app, something simple, that connected landlords and tenants with trusted laborers like him? Daniel didn't know how to code. He didn't have money, but he had something far more valuable: desperation backed by purpose. He took a used notebook and started sketching out the concept. He called it Fixer, Fast Fixes, Reliable Workers. For the next year, Daniel worked 12-hour shifts and spent nights learning about tech startups, customer service, and marketing. He used free public Wi-Fi to study and sent cold emails to developers he found online. Most never replied. One eventually did, a student from India named Ravi who loved the concept. They struck a deal. Daniel would pay him slowly in monthly installments if he built a prototype. Ravi agreed. The first version of Fixer was full of bugs. The app crashed constantly. Landlords didn't trust it. Workers were skeptical. Daniel faced rejection after rejection. But still, every weekend, he walked to property managers, construction supply stores, and hardware centers, pitching the idea with passion. "Give us a shot," he'd say, handing over handmade flyers with calloused hands. A small real estate firm finally agreed to try Fixer for a 30-day trial. Daniel handled customer service himself. He worked construction by day, and by night he personally coordinated jobs through the app. Then, something unexpected happened. The firm loved it. Jobs got done on time. Customers were satisfied. Word began to spread. Within 3 months, Fixer onboarded 20 workers and signed up over 100 clients. Daniel still didn't have a fancy office. He still lived in that cramped apartment, but his dream was beginning to breathe. With the first few dollars he earned from Fixer, Daniel registered the company legally, invested in better servers, and paid Ravi fully. By now, his app had 500 users and growing. Local newspapers wrote about him, from construction site to startup spotlight. A venture capitalist read the article and reached out. She had grown up in poverty herself and resonated with his story. After several meetings and a demo, Daniel secured his first investment, $250,000. It wasn't just money, it was validation. He wasn't just building an app, he was building hope for people like him, the invisible workers who made the city run. Fast forward 3 years. Today, Fixer is a national platform with over 20,000 verified workers and 200,000 clients in major US cities. Daniel is now the CEO of a company valued at over $20 million. But he didn't buy a mansion. He didn't forget where he came from. He launched a program through Fixer that provides free training and certification for immigrants and low-income workers. He set up a fund to support the families of laborers who get injured on the job. He still wears his old hard hat in his office, not as a reminder of where he came from, but as a symbol of what's possible. People now ask Daniel, what kept you going when you had nothing? He always says the same thing. When the world tells you to quit, listen to the voice inside that says, just one more try. Moral of the story, no dream is too big. No background is too humble. The path to success isn't always paved. Sometimes you have to build it yourself, one brick, one bruise, one belief at a time. Never give up, Because the only thing more powerful than failure is the courage to keep going.